I want to show you my savvy routine and some tips or tricks maybe I use that are a little bit different, and you can see if they work for you. So after you do your morning routine of face wash, toner, whatever, and then your moisturizer, I typically use Cher Lume. It's my favorite. I love Cher Lume. I also sometimes use the Art moisturizer. It's very nice. It's a little lighter. And also the sunscreen, the Young Living mineral sunscreen is a great foundation before you put your makeup on. Okay, so you do that. And then, not every day, dropping everything in the sink. Not every day, but a couple times a week, I do the poppy seed lip scrub. And so I thought I would show you that because well, first of all, it's just super cute. And there's a lot in there and you don't use very much. So I put a little bit on my finger. It's like seriously a little bit. And I gently rub it around. I saw on beauty school, they suggest, taking a clean, soft toothbrush and kind of gently rubbing around in there. Especially right now in winter and everything's a little bit drier. You get poppy seeds all over. You can have breakfast, muffins. And I just let that chill out for a little bit. And then what I do is I just kind of wipe it off. I wipe the poppy seeds and the sugar crystals off. And I let it be shiny. Right, working in my phone instead of the mirror. So here's hoping this turns out. Okay. So I start with the liquid foundation, which Young Living came out this year, and I love it. It is the best liquid foundation I have ever used. So I put a squirt on my palm. Now, I am not an expert, and I tend to do things differently than you might see that the experts do. So you can watch them, or you can see if there's some tips here that you might also like. So I kind of get it everywhere. And now the fun part comes in. I've never had one of these. This is a liquid foundation brush. This is a Savvy brush. The Savvy brushes are amazing. They are all super soft. It's like going to the spa. And I take it and I rub it in circle motion. Ta-da. Down here a little bit. See if I need to go back and add any more. I tend to have I have very light skin. And sometimes there are some red spots or acne spots. Might get that one down there too. This part's just fun. I just love how soft this is. Now, to clean your brushes, if you start breaking out, it's probably for sure time to clean your brushes. Otherwise, kind of once a week is guideline, but I'll show you what I try to do on a daily basis. So you've just washed your face, right? So you have a washcloth, and make sure part of it's clean and wet, and then take your brushes and just wipe off the extra. Okay, that works really slick. Doesn't deep clean them, but it cleans them well enough for on a daily basis. In case you want to know, I use Ivory. Now, I use I didn't grab it. Give myself the concealer. I do the foundation first, which it hasn't always been the way since I've done makeup, but it's something I was experimenting with. I use light too. And I actually like it better this way because I think maybe because I use that brush now, it doesn't rub everything away. So you can use my finger, or you can use a little foam brush. YL has one that I don't have yet. It's on my wish list. It's a little black sponge. I think I said brush, sponge. And it just helps blend it all in. Lighting is also kind of quirky in the bathroom, so I brought out a lamp in, so here's hoping half my face isn't a different color. Now I use the actual powder foundation, and this one is warm too. Annabelle and I both use warm too. She doesn't use the liquid foundation. There is a foundation brush for the powder. Now foundation brush, we were at, not foundation brush, powder foundation was new to me. And we were at the Young Living Convention a couple years ago, the whole family. And this was one of the things, two things actually, the sunscreen and the makeup both came out that year. And those were two things that I had started to investigate healthier, natural solutions to. And they announced what as one of the new products, and I nearly jumped out of my seat because I was so excited. So I kind of use this foundation as like you might use a matte powder. Now, some people, a lot of people, will tell you to tap it in the top of your lid. I feel I spill, I feel I waste a lot. I just tap my brush right in there, and then some people will tell you to tap it off like this. Again, I feel a big poof of powder goes everywhere, so I just gently kind of start pressing it into my face. And I don't feel I waste as much, and I don't feel I have big blobs of powder on my face, but I'll also kind of wipe everything down. Put the right cap on the right thing. And then here too, you can kind of wipe your brush off on your wet washcloth. Now for me and my simple everyday look, I use bronzer and blush. My blush is I Do Believe You're Blushing, and my bronzer is Crowned All Over. Has a little bit of sparkle to it. I really like the bronzer. When people kind of look at me like, you look good, I think it's the extra tint of color. Same thing here. Sometimes if I get too much, I'll tap a little bit in there, but I hate the big poof. So the bronzer, you kind of go along the outside of your face in a 3 and an E. We consider backwards and forwards. Usually go down the side of my nose and down my neck. And you can always go back and add a little more. I use the same brush for my blush. Someday I'll probably get another one, but right now I use the same one. So I wipe that off, put a little on there. Oh, I got a lot that time. Could have very rosy cheeks. All right, that's pretty much it here. Now, I end with mascara, and that is the only thing I had on already today because I started my day a little bit, and then I got to go back and make this video. So I have the volumizing mascara, and it's fantastic. I forced myself once upon a time in my early teaching career. I had worn mascara before, but it always irritated my eyes, so I couldn't wear it long. Like, I want to wear mascara because my eyelashes, they're the same color as my hair. They're super light, right? Like my eyebrows. And I just forced through it, and my eyes would be red and watery and itchy. Well, that's because most mascaras are so filled with junk, you don't want that by your eye. So this doesn't irritate my eyes at all. See how I'm doing in my phone versus the mirror. I usually do a coat on each. And then I'll go back and do another one. Now, a tip from Melissa Pepping, who actually is the creator of Savvy Minerals and then sold it, transferred it, whatever the right word is, to Young Living. She'll say, put a little diamond dust, do a coat, put a little diamond dust, which has sparkles, and it's a powder. And then do another coat of mascara, and it helps it stick. So that's my everyday face. If you want lipstick or lip gloss, it's going to be one of my goals. My lip gloss has been stolen. There might be a certain 17-year-old girl that is related, that is all up to that, but that's all right. Then, of course, if you have a favorite scent or whatever oil you're going to wear for the day, this is Amorescence that you can only get at beauty school. And so I suggest you get it because it's fantastic. If you do like the smell of Shirley May, Amorescence is in Shirley May. So that is my typical everyday face.